Good day, folks. Jim Langlands here from FX Charts with the currency outlook for the Finance News Network for Wednesday, the 18th of July. Well, the market was pretty much on hold today, all waiting for Bernanke to testify to Congress. When he eventually did, it was all pretty vague, but he refrained from adding any stimulus to the economy at this time. This caused all the risk assets to spike sharply lower. But they've since recovered in the hope that he will follow up on his words and the Fed do stand ready to act as and when necessary. Now we get the GDP next week, and that will give us more of a clue, but the market's definitely living in hope that something will eventually come about. The currencies are generally pretty much unchanged from this time yesterday, really, with the exception of the Aussie, which is a little bit higher. That's been up to 103.18 and currently sits just above 103. It was assisted higher by the equity markets, which they saw a brief spike lower, but they recovered to end up about 0.6% higher on the day, and took the Aussie up with it. Everything else is pretty uninspiring, really. We did get the spike lower in all the currencies, but the euro's back at 122.90. It saw a session high earlier in the day of 123.16, I think it was, and then on the initial disappointment of Bernanke, it went down to 121.85, but it's now back at, as I say, at 122.90. Dollar yen's sitting around 79. The figure cable's at 165, 156.5. Dollar Swiss at 97.75, and the Kiwis at 79.70. All looking pretty quiet at the moment, and it looks to me as though we're going to have a pretty much a range-bound session in the day ahead. We do get more Bernanke later on in the day, be this time tomorrow in Asian time, when we get to hear what he says. But the only other thing really apart from that is the Bank of England minutes and the UK unemployment data, which comes out when Europe get going. So that's really about it. There's not an awful lot more else to say. As usual, if you do want a more comprehensive outlook on the markets, go to the website as usual, www.fxcharts.com.au. And apart from that, just please remember that any outlook here is a personal view only and not meant to be used as trading advice. So that's really about it. Have a very good day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Cheers.